Welcome to the end of another week in this new normal. I want to take this opportunity to personally thank each and every one of you who have helped contribute to the Federation's response fund. To date, we've raised just about $560,000 in about a month, which is incredible. And last week, the board of the Federation got together and approved the first usage of those funds, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But first, I want to root us in our tradition because obviously this past week was Passover, which is really a story about transition as well and facing adversity and the unknown. The thing that stands out to most of us is this transition from oppression to freedom. And the one thing that stands out the most to me as I think back on it is that scene at the Red Sea where the Israelites are standing on the shores, their oppressors behind them, bearing down on them, threatening to take them back to the life that they were desperately trying to leave. They step out, they walk across, and for the first time in multiple generations, they can actually look forward and not look over their shoulders any longer. And what's in front of them? A wilderness, a desert wilderness, but a wide open space, and the fear of the unknown that must have gripped them, much like we're dealing with right now, the fear of the unknown. So thanks to your generosity, we were able to deploy the first set of funds from the campaign. We spent about $120,000 this week as the first set of funding, which went to a couple of different things. JFS received about $40,000 for financial assistance needs that have come up because of this crisis. They got another $37,000 to help support the Harvey Kornblum Food Pantry, which is largely reliant on volunteers to run. But at this time, for a number of reasons, safety, security, people feeling unsure about being in a public space like that, the volunteers have dried up, and so JFS has moved to hiring some full-time staff people to help make sure that the work of packaging and unpackaging and loading groceries and supplies into people's cars is taken care of. An additional $10,000 was supplied for increase in mental health needs that we're seeing across the community. In addition, another almost $30,000 was given specifically to help support Passover food needs. Crown Center received about $2,500 to support their residents. $20,000 was given to the J to help make sure hot meals were available for Passover for any families that needed it. An additional $5,000 was given to the Kornblum Food Pantry in order to make sure that shelf-stable Passover foods were available. Another $50,000 or more was given specifically to community rabbis for their chesed funds, the financial assistance funds. We know that rabbis and synagogues are the front line many times for people to turn to. We always give a set amount to those rabbis to add to their funds. We moved up the timing of that so that they would have those funds available right away for this year. And our work does not end there. We've actually been working with almost all of our community agencies and organizations to make sure that they were prepared for and could apply for the payroll protection plan funds that were made available through the CARES Act. This provides about 2.5 months of payroll so that organizations can hopefully make it through this tough time, get out on the other side, and lead some kind of plan to become whole again. We've heard from a number of organizations and synagogues that they've received those funds, and we're very, very pleased to hear that. You can continue to support the Response Fund if you would like by going to www.jfedstl.org. And we will continue to reach out and support the community at this time of need. We aren't done raising funds. We are not done expending those funds, and the needs are not ending anytime soon. We know that many of you are hurting, and there are some of you who feel lucky enough and privileged enough to be able to help, and we appreciate that you're able to. And I want to take this opportunity also to thank all of the members of our community who are out there on the front lines, whether you're doctors, nurses, other healthcare workers, whether you're working at a grocery store, whether you're helping to deliver meals, whatever it is you're doing, we appreciate your support so much and are here to support you. We know that there are tough days ahead still, and Federation continues to be here, and we are looking forward to the time when we can all safely gather together in person as a community again. There are a number of resources that are available on our website, jfedstl.org. If you have questions, you don't know where to turn, if you need support, both within and outside the community, or if you're looking for ways to help support others, there is a list of resources that are available for either this emergency time or in the future when the annual campaign comes back and is the primary way of supporting our community. You know, this Passover was different for all of us, and the community is going to be different on the other side. But one thing I believe is that together, as a community, we will be able to move through this. And it is together, with support from Federation, that we have been able to make it through these past 120 years with all of its different ups and downs, crises in Israel, in the United States, all over the world. It's because of organizations like Federation that we are able to help lead, to help guide, to help support the community. And that is what we are going to do through this as well. We are going to be here to support and guide this community so that whatever the new normal is on the other side, we are here to help and we are here for good. Thank you all. I hope that you have a very good weekend.